So let's just have a look here on Wikipedia for a definition of treason. Now here it says, in law, treason is criminal disloyalty typical to the state. It is a crime that covers some of the more extreme acts against one's nation or sovereign. This usually includes things such as participating in war against one's native country, attempting to overthrow its government, spying on its military, its diplomats or its secret services for a hostile and foreign power, or attempting to kill its head of state. A person who commits treason is known in law as a traitor. So let's have a look and a listen to one such traitor, Julian Hill MP, who openly admits to being a traitor. Now, where he's speaking from, he's actually surrounded by traitors, or guilty of treason.
And I call the member for Bruce.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Like the majority of MPs, I believe our nation should have an Australian as our head of state. I'm passionate about this. I spoke about it in my first speech. Our head of state should be a citizen, not a foreigner. Our head of state should live here, not in Britain. They should be an Australian. They should be one of us. Now, my personal confessions. When I was first elected, it was a confronting moment to take an oath of allegiance to a foreigner.
Say that again.
It was a confronting moment to take an oath of allegiance to a foreigner.
Say that again.
It was a confronting moment to take an oath of allegiance to a foreigner.
And yet, what did you do, Julian? You handled that confronting moment by committing an act of treason, knowingly committing an act of treason.
I felt like a cheap traitor.
Say that again.
I felt like a cheap traitor.
Say that again.
I felt like a cheap traitor.
Julian, whether you are cheap is beside the point. The point is that you are a traitor, being a cheap traitor or a knowing traitor.
In silent protest, I crossed my fingers and toes, I did.
Say that again.
In silent protest, I crossed my fingers and toes, I did.
You did you, Julian? You crossed your fingers and your toes, just like you used to when you were a child, hoping that this would all be forgiven, that your acts of treason, your treachery, your taking an oath to a foreign power knowingly would be forgiven simply because you crossed your fingers and your toes and then you could uncross them and it all goes away. Sorry, Julian, this is not a kid's game. Doesn't work that way. This is treason. I would advise you to read up on the Crimes Act 1914. Good luck, buddy.